Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Constitutionalist podcast, video exclusive for October of 2025. Happy Halloween to the kids. The weatherman says there's a nor'easter gonna blow in. I'm in Michigan. Hopefully, that doesn't affect the weather this far over because it's supposed to be a whole lot of rain for the kids on Halloween in the northeast part of the United States. At any rate, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Too late, Jerome Powell. Well, better late than never? Well, normally would say that, but too late, Powell is costing Americans millions of dollars. We should have had a cut in the summer, and we should be getting another cut now. So in December and January, people who bought homes at high interest rates over the Biden years could refinance in January and save themselves tons of money. But we're getting a cut now. I don't care at this point what the cut is as long as we get a cut. But since he didn't cut in summer, it should be a 0.5%. You know, not a quarter, but 2 quarters, a half. But if we get a quarter now and we get a quarter again in spring, then people can refinance in summer. Again, better late than never. Again, costing Americans millions and millions of dollars that could and should be put back in their pockets, as well as going forward after two consecutive cuts, we then should start to see credit cards that over the Biden years, people had to run up in record numbers debt on credit cards because of inflation, needed to put necessities like groceries on their credit cards and paying interest on it. Hopefully, we'll get some credit card interest rate relief next year after two consecutive cuts. But at any rate, that's it. That's all I wanted to really talk about. Too late, Powell has been costing you millions. And Powell's term is up in May. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it's up, within the first 6 months of next year, and Powell will be ousted so that whomever comes in, we should get a cut immediately once the new person comes in. Hence that lowering of credit card interest rates, your chance to refinance a home if you bought at high interest rates over the Biden years, or if you had to get a equity line against your home that may have already been paid off or may have had a mortgage at a lower rate, but your equity line has a higher rate that might be able to be refinanced next year, putting money back in the pockets of Americans like POTUS 45 is first term, the tax cuts, across the board tax cuts, not just for the millionaires and billionaires, not tax cuts for the rich, put money in everyone's pockets. And the current second term POTUS 47 tax cuts now rolling into effect, putting more money in working Americans' pockets also. With the cuts, if you can refinance, put more pocky. I hit record in the mouth, don't want to cooperate. Why does this happen almost every time? More money back in your pockets if you can refinance things, and or hopefully you can pay down your credit card debt if the interest rate comes down a little. That's less per payment going towards the interest then. More money back in the pockets of working families. The left over the last 4 years have been destroying with their policy and inflation, like with the Schumer shutdown, to do what? To fight for billions more to go overseas, or billions more in healthcare for non-citizens. They don't care. Cloward and Piven, they want to bankrupt America. They just want to continue to run up $2 trillion deficits and bankrupt this nation. We're nearing $40 trillion in debt. We cannot sustain that rate of debt to GDP ratio in non-wartime. We've done that before, but in peacetime, there's no excuse for that. All right, anyway, I kind of tacked on a few extra things there. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. Love you all. Please check out what's the latest episode of CTP. I'm scrambling here to grab it out of the folder. Dogs Chase Cars books authors weeks going on now. That dropped today, Monday, as I record this, over the weekend. And a media, oh, very apropos, season 3, episode 123, talking about the media spin, lies, and distortion of how the economy, they won't report the economy is coming. We don't have the new golden age yet, the new roaring 20s like we had in the 1920s yet, but we're well on the way to policies that will have that happen next year. Now, if it takes effect, hopefully early enough in next year, morons will keep the GOP in control of the House and the Senate in the midterms 2026. If the left continues to delay, deflect, distract, deny the economy is getting better with the aid of the leftist mainstream media, the media, lying to the people so they could try to trick people into returning control of the House or the Senate. Catastrophe if both in the midterms 2026. They are going to lie. They are going to cheat more than ever to attempt to steal that. You must be active. The party in control of the White House, GOP with Trump now, traditionally loses House and Senate seats in a midterm election. You, yes, I'm pointing at you, every one of you, and every one of you, right? Tell two people, they tell two people, then they tell two people. Pretty soon you got an exponential movement, right? Like the old Pantene shampoo ad. We must retain control of both houses of Congress in the midterms to keep us on the path of a new roaring 20s, a new golden age, because if the left gets back in, they will scuttle every attempt at that. Thank you all. Take care. God bless. Love you all.